This is Sandy. This week, we're going to be doing a collage. A collage is a visual story that we put together. Visual means I see with my eyes. A story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And we take whatever we have from wherever we have it in the house, and we try and make it work for our picture. You can use newspaper clippings if you've got a newspaper. You could use your artwork. I'm going to use an old painting that I've never really liked. So it's going to be the bottom of my picture. But you could do a watercolor wash if you would like color, and that would be your base. This is something that I'm going to have to stop and start and stop and start a number of times in order to do this, because the collage, we're going to be using glue, we're going to be using paint, we're going to be using Sharpies, we're even going to be using old bags and old paper that we have. So it's going to be just put together. There's no right, there's no wrong, but it has to mean something to you. Okay, let's start. Okay, so I started with a painting that I really didn't care for, and I tore it in half. Now I'm not going to use the back side, which is pretty clean. I could use the back if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. And I'm going to use the front. Just, I like the colors. Now, let's think about what we want to do here. There are certain, do I want it inspirational? Which means, what's my favorite quote? Do I want it to mean something only to me? Sure. So I'm going to start personalizing it, and I'm going to use a green Sharpie. And I might just write something on here. Let's see, I'm going to write we cannot change the other person. We can only change our reactions. That's okay. I like that. Okay, that's a good quote. How about if I make a quote, not really a quote, but maybe I'm going to take this pen and I'm just going to make some waves. Doesn't maybe have to do anything. I can use any type of pen. If I use water-based, it's gonna, your crayon markers like this. If I use this, it's gonna wash away if I put glue on it. So I don't really want to use that. So I'm going to stick with the Sharpie, and I'm going to just kind of decorate here and there. Now remember, a collage is all kinds of things put together. So once I get about 3 things in Sharpie, I'm going to move on to something different. Let's see, I got that. We need a different color than that green because everything's going to blend together. So how about hot pink? And maybe I'm just going to and how about if we go with another word or two? How about just change. That works. Okay, now let's see. We got to put some things in here. I've got, this is called, yes, it's a decoupage glue. And it's really dry, but you just put some water into it to reactivate it. So, how about if we get some polka dots in it? This is an old gift bag somebody gave. And polka dots seem fun. Now remember that if you put something that extends beyond the picture, if you put it into a frame, you're going to have to allow for that to extend, which means you're going to have to buy a specialized frame. Okay, I am just cutting out some polka dots. And do the same thing down here. And I'm going to figure out where on my paper polka dots might go. How about up here? Okay, I've activated my glue. Got glue on the brush. I'm going to put glue on this. And I'm going to glue it down. That's not going to want to glue down, so I'm just going to cut it off. No rights and no wrongs. And I have a feeling I'm going to need a different type of glue. Let's sit down like that. Okay. Now, I got to do something different here. How about if I get some of my paints out that I have and go with that hot pink. I'm just going to paint it on in some spots. Here's a good spot. Do you see how you can see the bottom through it? Kind of like this where I can still see the bottom painting. Okay, I like that. I'm going to let that dry. And maybe I'm going to get another color out here. How about some silver? That's my brush out. And I'm going to come over here. And I can go right on top of that change.
hard to change something that's written in permanent ink. Okay, now it's kind of hard to get another color in here, so I'm not going to put another color in. I'm just going to go back to this hot pink, and let's get some hot pink. Do I want to go over this? Yes, I want to go over that. Remember, there's no right and there's no wrong. I think I want it to be a little heavier paint down here. This is my kitchen table. I'm the adult. Therefore, if I get stuff all over it, I have to clean it up. Now, if you're at your house, you've got your mother's kitchen table. If you get stuff all over it, she is not going to be happy with you, and she's not going to be happy with me. So you are going to want to protect that table by putting down some newspapers or some paper so that you don't make a real big mess. Okay, just give it a shade up here. That looks about right. Now, I've got some bubbly wrap. I'm going to take the silver on the bubbly wrap, just in one or two spots. Rub it on here. And I'm going to put it on here. Oh, isn't that pretty? Let's do it some more. My other paper is not, or my other paint is not dry, so it doesn't matter. Oh, I like that. Okay, I want to keep going here. I like this. Let's see what I'm doing. I wonder what would happen if I even put some of that pink over here. Okay, here it goes. Perfect. Just what I wanted. But I'm going to go all the way up with some of the silver. Funny thing about this is we're never going to be able to use this for a bag again. It's going to have to get thrown away. Okay. We need some more here. Yep, some more here. Ooh, I can go all over with that, can't I? Okay, I like that. Now I've got to think of something else to do here. Well, my glue didn't stick very well. I'm going to have to go buy some Elmer's glue. So I can't glue anything down, so we can just keep using paints. I'm getting kind of tired of hot pink. So let's do some purple. This will really make a mess. Okay. And I think I'm going to do some more of, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something totally different. Okay, so this didn't stick very well, so I'm not going to go over that too much. But I'm going to come up here. Oh, do you see what I did? I covered up all of my words. But that's okay. I can always put it back if I really want to. Look at that color. Okay, I want this kind of wet. Add some water to it, because I don't want it to dry yet. Fork. Plastic fork. I'm going to take a plastic fork and give it a little bit of texture. I'm using a plastic fork because I can throw that away when I'm done here. Remember, there is no right and there is no wrong. And actually, if you look at some of the artists who do collages, the more they mess up and start over, it seems the more money they get for their collages. Okay, I've got a plastic fork. And I'm going to take, and I'm just going to run it through the paint. That's not bad. I like these lines over here better. I think that's enough. Okay. Now, gotta do something different. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted. How about some green? See if this even has any green in it. Sure does. Ooh, that's a nice, pretty Kelly green. Cleaning out my brush. Let's see, where don't I have paint? How about right here? Ooh, I got a little bit of pink in that too. That works. No rights and no wrongs. so you guys can see what I'm doing. Just switch hands. That pink is pretty dry underneath there. But you see this green is nice and wet. I think I'm going to take some Saran Wrap and I'm going to stretch it out right on that green. I'm going to let it dry and see what I get. Let's see, I've got that covered, I've got that covered. Still need something right over here though. So I could go in with a little bit of that green. And make a smiley face. I am going to have to really clean my table. A collage isn't put together all in one sitting. Collage develops over time. So depending on how you feel today, when you come back to it tomorrow, you may see a whole different direction. Okay, now what am I going to do to make that look good? I've got this came off of some lines. So I'm going to cut it in half. Now it was in one of those baggies things at the store. And I'm going to put it down here. And let it develop. Take it up. Put it there. Put it there. Maybe it needs a little bit of that there too. Maybe I'll just paint this. That's probably a better idea. Just put some color on that. Now my hands are really a mess. Don't touch your face. Pretty good. We got to do something up in this corner. Right here. Just using a dirty old brush. Need something over here. Getting in your way. And let's go down here in the corner. Okay, I'm done for this setting. I will come back and get this glued down really well. And then I'm going to put some other stuff on it. Let's tear this off and see what happens. Didn't do much, but it was worth a try. Okay, this has got to dry good. No matter what I put on top of this now, it'll make a mess. So I want you to make sure everything is dry before you go on to the next step. And clean up your mess, please. Okay, this is all dried, and I got some elmer's glue and got this down the way I wanted to. And when I did this, all of my words left. So I'm going to write them in again. And I've got a paint pen that says shake well. So here's my paint pen, and I've gone ahead and gotten it primed. Okay, I'm just going to write. Okay, my motivational speech of the day. To change someone's actions, try changing your response. Now, I'm looking at this, and I see this that doesn't fit in any place else. So I have to tie this side of the page to this side of the page. And really that purple doesn't fit very well either, but it's okay because it isn't, we've got pink in here and it'll be fine. So I went ahead and I cut out some more of that piece of paper, and I can use this, and I think that's what I'll do. I'll glue it down. Somewhere on my paper, down on the other side. Okay, I want this to be glued down really well. And it's not going to want to glue there. Okay, that'll work. All right, are we done? No, we're not done. While I was looking for things to put on here, you can put photos on here and it'll look beautiful. I went through the magazines and I just got letters. I thought how neat these letters looked. I can put almost anything on here. Advice, that might go there because I gave some advice right there. And those are tools, but I don't need to put all of this on there. I can just put some of it. And these letters that are so neat looking, how about Spirit of America Leadership? I kind of like that. But I don't see change written out anywhere. So I can go through these and I can look for a C. Do I see any C's? See an H. I don't see a C, so I can't really do change. But let's just put I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make my own C. Take my scissors. I like that H right there because I'm going to have an H in it. And you can decide how you're going to cut things apart, how you're going to lay it out. And for the C, I'm going, oh, I do have a C right there. C-H. I need an A. This is a bigger A, so I'm going to use this one. I make a bet we're going to be in trouble when I'm looking for a G. Need an N. Okay, any G's, anybody? Nope, don't see a G. So let's figure out how to get a G in here. C-H. A. You know, that H doesn't fit very well, so I'm going to use this H right here. Here's an E. Well, we don't have a G. Oh, but I do over here. Now, if you're going to be cutting apart your parents' magazines or newspaper, I want to make sure that you get permission. You don't want to cut apart something that is being saved for some reason. Okay, change. I like that. So now we have to glue it down. So I'm going to get the glue. Okay, change. I'm going to cut that rice out a little bit better. Oops, got a little bit too much glue there. Okay, and then tools to fight. How could we use this tool to fight? Kind of sounds funny, doesn't it? Well, think about it. if you're fighting with somebody, and usually it's the same thing over and over and over again, nothing's working. Well, the only thing, you can't change them. You can only change yourself. So, if you can only change yourself, how about change your response to the fight? Okay, now I'm just going to cut this out and make it look a little neat. You know, the nice thing about this will mean something. It might not mean something to the viewer, to the person who might see it, but it's going to mean something to the person who made it. Spirit of America, leadership. If you can show somebody else how you changed your reaction, and you can show them how to change their reaction, you've become a leader. Okay, so we've got all of this glued down. And after we're done, we can go back and catch anything that isn't quite glued down. Okay, now let's find something else to do here. I know what I want to do. I want to point the way. I really don't want the person's face in there, but I want the finger in there. So I'm going to use the arm. Now, if you look at this, I can draw. I don't have to wait or to put somebody else's face in there, so I can sit down and let's think about my stick man. I can make a stick man or a stick girl. I'm going to do it in black, and I'm going to do it right here. So here I am. In fact, I'm going to start with a pencil. Here I am. And I'm sitting down. So there's my triangle down here. I'm sitting down, and I'm going to get my leg up, and the other one might be flat. Okay, and I've got one arm here, and it's gonna come down and just give me balance. Okay, now I know what I'm doing. This is the bottom of my head. Here's my stick man, and here's the knee, and over here is my other leg, and here's my arm, and he's going to come down, and then he's going to just leave his hand there, and then I'm going to take this arm, because I'm pointing the way, and I'm going to put it here like that's just part of my picture, and I always planned it. That's what I was going to do when I saw this picture. How do you like that? We'll work on the head in a minute. Now, I did that with a Sharpie. It went right through all of this paint. I did that with a Sharpie. Oh, it's recording. I'm going to glue it down. Okay. Don't need that head on there anymore. Boy, that almost matches my purple up there. Now I need to get some hair. How am I going to do this? I could give myself some tissue paper hair. And I'm going to make my head go this way. Remember, it's a collage, anything goes. Oh, that'll look good. I don't really want to see my face, so I don't want to have to draw a face. So let's see if we can get this tissue paper down good. Okay, just orange hair might be a little bit boring. So I'm going to give myself some highlights. And I have some blue tissue paper. I'm not even going to cut this. I'm just going to tear it. You know, a lot of times artists use what's going on in their world to create art. If it's a rainy day and I'm painting, you can make a bet I'm not painting rain. I'm going to be painting sunshine and lollipops. Okay. I need to make my face look like it's a face. So here is my chalk, my pastel chalk. This is the stuff that is like sidewalk chalk. And I'm going to give myself a face and a little nose. Wonder what we can do to that to make it look better. I'd like it to look exciting. So I can take my chalk and I can go here on the side like this. Oh, that texture I put in there. Remember, when you're working with your pastel chalk, it's going to get on your hands. That's a little flat. Let's put some yellow right in the center. Not bad. Remember, I got chalk residue, so I'm going to put it where I can brush it off. Okay, what else should I do? I'm going to still keep using this chalk, and I'm going to take I didn't plan this, but can you tell? I use neighboring colors, yellow, blue, and green. Okay, let's say that you don't like that. Let's do something over here, and let's write change. And let's say that I made that an H. Well, I know that isn't the way you spell that. So at this point, I could go in and I could say, I did that wrong. There's nothing that's going to prevent me from coming in here with a little ink and do something totally unplanned. Because there's no wrong and there's no right. It's what you feel you want. Okay, that's okay there, but if I've done it in one spot, I really need to do it in another just to create unity. The only person I'm pleasing right now is myself. I'm going to put this right there. That turned out pretty. Okay. Is there anything else we need? I've got lots of things here. Here's something kind of neat. Some ribbon. I forgot to mention that if you're using scissors, you use them carefully. We don't want any cuts. No bad fingers. Just a little piece of ribbon. I don't think I want it to go all that way. Let's put it that way. Well, I put it on top of my person. Is that a mistake? Nope, not a mistake here. because there is no right and there is no wrong. Okay, did you see what I did there? If I put the ribbon like that in one spot, it would have looked kind of out of place. So I put it in two spots, here and here. Now I've got this down here, and let's say that's our person and that's our leg. There we go. All a part of the plan. Anything else? Right now my eye goes here and here, but it doesn't do anything over here. So I need something that's gonna pull my eye going this way. Ding, 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 ding. Here, it's gotta go back up over there. So I wanna keep looking at this. So what am I gonna do? I need to put something there. Or how about if I do a chalk there? And let's go with the purple. Let's see if I take, whoops, that wasn't good. Oh, that just crumbled all over the place. I'm going to take and I'm going to tell my eye to go back up there. Something has to be done with that arrow. I need it to be bright and vibrant. Here is a paint Sharpie. Oh, there, got it out. I like that silver better than I like that gold. So let's see if we can't get some that silver paint. See how I did like that purple? I don't have to stick with something I don't like. All right. I have some glitter paint. Let's see what this is looking like. Oh, it is a glitter paint. Now I'm going to go around this. I did not buy anything to make this collage. I'm just using old things that I found sitting around. I don't want you to go out and buy anything. I want you to say, Mom, what do I have? What do you have that I can use that you don't need back? And whatever she gives you, you can use it. I think we need some glitters up here too. Okay. That's about my cue. This is done. And we will see